Nigeria will be where everybody will want
All right,
to be.
Yinka, let me take you to Lokoja now. Our man Theophilus Elamah is waiting. Theophilus, good evening to you.
Good evening.
How are you?
Good evening.
What?
I'm doing well. Lokoja is full. Everyone is excitedly waiting for tomorrow when they will cast their ballots in their various localities. We've realized and seen, despite the fact that there was cash crunch everywhere, we could see banks filled up, compounds filled up of banks. Despite that, we still saw some people traveling to their various local governments to ensure that they go there to cast their ballots. In Lokoja, it's in the same way. Everybody's just excitedly going all about ensuring that, okay, everything goes out fine, so that by tomorrow, everything, the security architecture will work well. INEC officials are ready for tomorrow. We went to INEC office today, had an interview with the resident electoral commissioner, and we also got to the INEC local government office in Lokoja, and we saw that there were ad hoc staff waiting for directions, and that was being given by the officials there. And the resident electoral commissioner told me that as of yesterday, actually, they had moved different election materials to the various local governments, and so he has assured that elections will start quite early and end quite early, and it's so peaceful. Even the commissioner of police in charge of elections for Lokoja told the same thing, that they are deploying large contingent of men to ensure that security is taken care of in different local governments and residents have nothing to fear.
Yeah, in Lagos, we saw armored vehicles moving through the streets of Lagos, and people were wondering what's going on. Have you seen anything like that in Lokoja to suggest that there is a very heavy deployment of security to the conflict state?
As of yesterday, the day when we got into Abuja and we had to come by road from Abuja to Lokoja, we saw that, and we saw a large some trucks of army trucks going to Lokoja, and so that gives us the impression that everything is being done to ensure that the election does not go left. It goes the right way, and everyone will be safe to come out to vote. I was even talking with the youth leader of the ruling party in the state, and he was telling us about the fact that the government is interested in ensuring that this election is largely peaceful. Doesn't want any situation where they will call Kogi state as one state that is a hotspot state. So they are doing everything they can to ensure that the security of life, property is paramount at this election. Incidentally, residents have something to say. They've been going all about their normal activity and ensuring, and they're happy with the fact that security architecture is top notch and election will go on fine.
All right, Theo, quickly, are the people saying anything about the cash crunch?
Yes, it's just like how people complain in Lagos is the way people are complaining here. The cash crunch is an issue. We've had to do transactions online, and we realized that if you have, for instance, coming from Abuja down to Lokoja, we have to pay our transport fare, and we had to pay a certain amount higher than the usual amount. And that's the situation here too. You add, they call it for bank charges. You add a certain amount on top. The ones your regular amount you have to pay, and you pay if you're transferring. Cash is an issue here, and if you seek anyone with cash, maybe 200 naira or 100 naira denomination. But largely, cash crunch has been a major issue here. We see banks filled to capacity, outside the banks filled with capacity within Lokoja. Many people are looking for cash, and the cash crunch is a major issue. The fuel crisis as well is a huge issue everywhere. Lokoja is a major issue. So these are the issues that have given residents of Lokoja a serious concern, and they expect that within a short period of time this will be sorted. But cash crunch is a problem. If you have to, like I said earlier, if you have to transfer money to buy a good or service, you have to add a bit something higher than the regular amount to access that service, which is a serious concern for many.
Okay, from some of the people you have spoken with, the deployment of troops
Is it a confidence booster for them or something that makes some think otherwise?
No, it's actually a confidence booster for a lot of them because many people are telling about the 21 local governments. There are some local governments that are hotspots. So they see the deployment of police personnel, security personnel generally, as a booster for them, and they give them the impression that the government is serious with ensuring that elections goes on fine in the Kogi state and of course the capital as well.
Do you think this cash crunch will have a negative impact on the election in terms of turnout and all that? Do you see that happening? And what are party leaders saying? Because they also need cash to pay agents and for logistics. What are the frustrations that they are expressing to you?
Well, for residents of Lokoja, the cash crunch is a major issue, quite all right. But a lot of them were spoken to do not see it as a hindrance to election, the process at all, because they feel if they have to travel from one location to the other to cast their ballot, which some people have done today, they can just easily transfer their money to the service provider, and they are off to their various localities. And of course, a lot of people are beginning to embrace the ease of transferring money from one person to the other. But the thing is this: if a lot of them are looking beyond that angle to say that they want to vote in the candidate of their own choice. So from what I see in Lokoja, that is not really a major issue for a lot of them because they feel okay, they can transfer money to access a service. But in terms of vote buying, I haven't seen anyone who is amenable to that, who wants to collect money to vote another candidate who has paid. No, they want to vote their conscience and vote in the right person, someone who they believe will turn this country around for good. And so they are ready, despite the fact that that vote buying might be an issue, they are ready to ensure that the elections count, the votes count. And I spoke to some of them who even said once they are voted, they will stay around the voting area to ensure that their votes count. That's how serious this election is for many Kogi residents.
All right, thank you, Theo. We leave it there for the moment.